I had made a decision, and when I decided to have a baby, that I wasn't going to be a parent who the baby sort of changed their life and dictated their life. I wanted kids to be part of the life I had built, because I thought I had built this really fun, exciting life, and I thought they should fit into it.
Yeah, of course you have these like beautiful moments and these moments of wonder, but I don't think I appreciated them as much until I had a kid, because suddenly I was seeing everything through her eyes, right? Like the first snowfall, or how cool it is to look up into a Christmas tree and there's all these twinkling lights. You're like, wait, that is really cool. And I did not know that.
But for many of us, you know, the range is really small in terms of what we should aspire to, you know, but this like personal satisfaction, you know, low on the totem pole. Sexual satisfaction, low on the totem pole. You know, that's not how we're conditioned. And so then even when we do small things for ourselves, like take time out to write, you'll hear women say, oh, I feel like I'm being selfish.
Unfortunately, has to do with being raised with the expectation that I would excel in a career and have time left over for kids, rather than the reverse, because, you know, the people who raised me didn't know I was a girl. Mm-hmm. And trans moms and trans women feel other kinds of pressure to perform femininity and womanhood, especially visually.
For me, writing was a lot of things, but one thing it was always listen to me, you know, as Joan Didion said, right? It's a way of imposing yourself. And it was a way of making a world that I felt was hostile to me and wanted to render me either invisible or dead or both. A way of making that world acknowledge me and deal with me. And so it felt necessary and just, you know, like breathing. It was just necessary.
My mother broke. About that, I have no. And I helped break her. And it's easy to break a mother. You simply show her how she has not saved you, how she has failed to protect you. If I look at my son and I have discovered ways in which I failed to protect him because I didn't understand all the stuff he was going through, that is the most horrific experience a mother has. You know, with all good intentions in the world, I fucked up and my child has suffered. That's the back story of a lot of the stories in Trash, because I was working through that stuff.
Yeah.
I always found story to be a place where I could understand things that in my everyday life I couldn't. But I could make up people living a kind of parallel life in a story, and out of my own grief and shame, make it make sense.
Yeah. And before life was this gift that I'd been granted, and I could explore in any way that I wanted to, run across its terrain, jump and fly, whatever I wanted to do, dig if I wanted. But now there's this kind of gentleness with which I approach all living things, because of the loss of the living thing inside of me.
Conclusion is that there are just so many things that our society needs to do. If it really cares about children, if it really cares about people, about families, which we keep saying we do, there are so many supports that need to be put in place. And what we're seeing, instead of supports being put in place, is supports being removed or made more challenging to get access to.
About how rage can be generative and propulsive and creative, and can actually serve you very, very well if you know how to like come into a relationship with it, instead of like trying to repress it or push it away, like inviting it in, inviting the beast in and asking it, what is up? Like, what's up? What do you want? That is what I hope women do. They like come into closer relationship with their rage from this.
You know, ask a 21-year-old in the meatpacking district at a nightclub if she thinks she has it all, and she probably thinks she does. So we should walk around with that same confidence of someone in stilettos and a bandaged dress at the meatpacking district waiting in line to get into a nightclub, and just assume we have it all. I have nothing else. No, we're all in this together. Fortunately, there's many of us. And fortunately, we get these opportunities to find each other. And that's it. It's no different from any other life choice. It's no different from the choice of not having children or not getting married or moving to a different city or moving out into the country. Like any choice, it's complicated and it's messy and it's difficult, and it's also deeply satisfying.
There's not one way to do this, but I always tell people, you're not stealing time. That time belongs to you. Take it, and don't apologize for it, because you are a person who needs to be heard from. Like, your contributions to this world matter. You as a full human being matter. So go for it. Balls to the wall. Labia to the wall. Labia.
I just pictured that and I'm like, oh god.
Cut it.